Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to AnTalk, the weekly comic-con-versation. I'm joined here today by Zach Warda.
What's up?
It's been a while.
Oh yeah.
So we just saw Alien Covenant. So Alien Covenant is the newest installment in the Alien franchise, directed by Ridley Scott, director of the first Alien movie, and Prometheus, which is a prequel to the Alien movies, and also this is a sequel to that. So Zach, are you a fan of the Alien franchise, Aliens?
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of all the Alien movies. I grew up watching them. I'm just like a diehard fan for it, and so I was really excited to see that they were coming out with a new one.
Yeah, those movies, especially those first two, Alien and Aliens, are iconic. That first one, perfect blend of horror and sci-fi. The second one, Aliens, took that to the next level by just making it more of an action movie. And then there's Prometheus. Did you like Prometheus?
Yes, I did. I liked it.
I like Prometheus. I have some problems. I don't necessarily like it as much, knowing that it connects to Alien. I think it's a better film kind of by itself. I like Prometheus for the most part. Is it my favorite? No. It's got some issues, but whatever. This is the sequel, Alien Covenant. Prometheus didn't have much Alien in it, but this has some Alien in it.
Oh yeah.
What'd you think of Alien Covenant?
I really liked it. I definitely liked it more than Prometheus, but I still like Prometheus. But this was definitely a lot better, and it made me kind of almost in a way like Prometheus more, knowing how it tied in, because without seeing this movie, not to spoil anything, but like it makes it easier to understand now, like where they're going with it in a way, you know.
Yeah, I feel exactly the same way, but watching Alien Covenant and what they do with it and how it is a sequel to Prometheus, I like where they're going.
Right.
Knowing that this is just the middle of this set of movies, I want to see where it's going. But this is also, it feels a lot like Alien and a little bit of Aliens.
Yep.
Did you get that vibe?
Yeah, I did.
Without going into too much details right now, personally, I like this movie. I'm not jumping out of my chair like I love this movie, but it was fun. I really liked it. I liked it more than Prometheus. It's a new, fun, installment to this franchise. It's good to have another Alien movie. I'm glad they didn't hold back on the horror elements. That was definitely in there. So, did you think this was a worthy installment into the Alien franchise?
Yeah, it was definitely cool seeing the aliens back on the big screen.
Right.
And I think it really kind of did that justice, especially towards the end of the movie, of feeling like an Alien movie.
Right, yeah.
Versus the Prometheus movie didn't really have that vibe. Like, I know it's not about aliens, but like it still didn't have the same kind of vibe that the normal Alien movies have.
Right, yeah, it did. It was like Alien meets that Prometheus vibe.
Right.
And I didn't dislike it. I actually enjoyed it more than I thought I was going to. I found myself wanting it to be more Aliens, more horror, like more classic throwback. Yeah. But once it got deeper into the plot, how it did relate to Prometheus, I did enjoy it more and more. By the end of the movie, I was pretty satisfied. Is there anything that you really didn't like about it?
No, I don't really have any dislikes. Like, I don't want to nitpick it too much overall.
Right.
I really liked it, and me being a diehard Alien fan, I really liked it.
Right, yeah.
And I thought they did a good job balancing out the horror aspect and like the action,
Right, yeah.
Overall, yeah, I really liked it.
Yeah, I liked it too. It has some issues, like you said, I don't want to nitpick it, but it does have like a couple dumb things. There are some plot lines that are pretty predictable. Other than that, it's fun. Like you said, the horror elements and the action elements, pretty well balanced. Like I said, I'm not jumping out of my seats about this movie, but I did enjoy myself, and it's a good start for this summer. Like, there's gonna be a lot of movies coming out every week, it seems like, and I'm pretty excited for this summer, and this was a good way to get that going. And yeah, I enjoyed it. So, what'd you think of the cast and the crew in this movie?
I thought they did a good job casting for the whole crew. I thought Danny's character was like a good Ripley type character. Right. I was actually pretty impressed with Tennessee. I wasn't...
Danny McBride, yeah.
I didn't really know what to expect on how his character was going to be in this movie.
Right.
But I was pretty impressed with the way they...
Yeah, he, not to cut you off, but he didn't seem out of place.
Right.
Like people see him in all these comedies, and you throw him in here, and he didn't seem out of place. He was humorous, but not overly funny. He wasn't throwing out one-liners or anything like that. I know that he's a big Alien fan, and a lot of these people are, because they grow up with it, and you know that's what inspires them to go into filmmaking. You know, I know he's a big fan of it, so I'm sure he was just happy to be in the movie. Like you said, Danny, she's fine. I thought the crew was fine, but at the same time they're not memorable. Billy Crudup, he plays the captain. I can't even remember his name, to be honest with you, and they're serviceable characters that we already know people are gonna die. This is Alien, and that's what we want to see, you know what I mean? So we got that. And I like Michael Fassbender's character, Walter. He plays the synthetic, which is pretty much in every Alien movie. If you haven't seen Prometheus, he's in that. A lot of people probably will go into Alien Covenant not having seen Prometheus. And I will say it does a pretty good job not having to connect. Like, it stands alone by itself pretty well without connecting too much to Prometheus, even though, like we said, it does connect to Prometheus.
Right.
I just don't think you have to see it. Now, there's 2 prologues that came out before the movie. They're short little films. One's 4 or 5 minutes. The other one's like 3 minutes. And they take place before the movie, but they're not in the movie. And I suggest you watch those because they do add a little bit to the movie, and it helps you get a little bit of a jump start on what's going on. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
Okay, like I said, overall, I did like this movie. I thought it was a fun ride. It was a fun installment into the Alien franchise. It's good to have those big, scary aliens back on the screen, murdering people, real gore. This movie had some gore. You know, I didn't love this movie. I liked it, didn't love it. You liked it. Did you love it?
No, it's always kind of hard having your first reaction right after you get out of the theater because you're still kind of excited. So, for now, I'm going to say I love it.
Yeah, that's a good point, though.
But down the road, after maybe I see it again and get to nitpick it a little more, you know, I might just like it. I know I don't dislike it.
Right. Well, you know, go ahead and love it, man. It's a good movie. Like I said, it's Alien, back on the big screen.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty much what we think overall, and we're going to get into a little bit of spoiler talk right now, so if you don't want anything spoiled, this is your chance to leave now. So, any spoilers you want to get off your chest?
I don't even know if this counts as a spoiler, but just to kind of go in order, the very beginning of the movie, like the title sequence, was basically exactly like the original Alien movies.
Right.
And I loved that. I was really happy to see that again on the big screen.
Yeah, it definitely was like a throwback to that for sure. So since this is more spoilery now, why don't we get into the more details on the aliens themselves? What'd you think about them?
Starting off with the Neomorphs, which was actually the first alien like creature that we see in this. Like, we don't see the Xenomorphs until after the Neomorphs.
Right, those Neomorphs are the white ones that are a little more almost human-like in as far as like a posture type thing.
I think they might be a little like bigger too, like they grow taller.
Yeah, well, we see that he stands straight up to David, who is Michael Fassbender's synthetic character from the first movie, Prometheus, who's in this. Yes, they do grow taller, and they can stand straight up like a human.
Yep.
And you see that David has really been here. He wiped out all the engineers' race from Prometheus. They went to their planet and they wiped them all out with the pathogen, David did. And he's been just mad scientist David on this planet, just creating and experimenting, making different morphs, basically.
Yeah, he plays a key role in how, like, the aliens came to be, like the Xenomorphs that we know and love.
Right, yeah.
Like, if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have that creature in this, like, Prometheus alien universe.
Right, and that's true. And like I said earlier, what I didn't like about Prometheus is how it connected to Alien. I like Prometheus more by itself, but how it connects to Alien and over-explains it to me. I don't need that the aliens were created by someone else in some weird experimental accident, basically, to create the perfect weapon or whatever. It over-explains it. I like the aliens being aliens. They're a species from God knows what godforsaken planet they're from, and they devour any other organism that comes in their path.
Right.
And I like that. And that's what I didn't like about Prometheus. But what they do in Alien Covenant is they expand on it. And I'm like, okay, I see where you're going with it. And I am interested in seeing where it goes from here.
I am too. Like, I don't dislike it, but I do agree with you on how, like, the original aliens, like, you don't really need an explanation. All what I need to know is what we already know about, like, the queen alien or the mother alien and the eggs and the face huggers and chest bursters and the whole process of how they come to life, basically, without having to have the whole engineers and the black goo and David and all this connection of how they came to be, basically.
Right. But yeah, that's basically how I feel about that. And like I said, I like where they're going with it, and I want to see more. Towards the end there, Walter and David have their little fight. Right before Walter's about to take out David, you see David grab a knife. Then the scene cuts away. I knew right then and there, next time we see Walter, it's going to be David in Walter's clothes.
Yep.
He's going to get on the ship with them. I thought that was really predictable, but it did do a decent job with how he did keep helping and stuff. I was like, is it him or is it not? But I did see that coming a mile away. I don't want to nitpick. It was still fun.
And I mean, you're always going to kind of have that with any horror movie of the whole, like, predictability.
That is true, a horror movie.
I thought even though this was predictable, it still worked. It was still good. You know what I mean? Like, you still liked it even though it was predictable.
Right. I didn't really expect, like, the happiest ending. I expected most people to die, but it really doesn't have a good ending. It ends bad. When you think it's going to end good.
In a good way, though.
Right, yeah, for fans.
Yes.
Who want to see where this is going.
I thought that ending really, like...
Yeah, it's daunting.
It made me more curious to see where they go with future Alien movies and seeing more aliens. Overall, kind of going back a little bit, just... There was a lot of aliens in this movie.
Right.
But there was still a lot of, like, between characters, like, Like, a
lot of the human interaction, a lot of the human plot line and stuff.
Yep.
I like how... You see that David's been experimenting with this pathogen that, you know, combines with a host and creates whatever, morph or whatever. And I like seeing how with different species, it comes out looking a little bit different every time. Like you said, we get quite a bit of aliens in this, but they're not all xenomorphs. Like, there's only a couple of those really, but you got your neomorphs and all that going on. And at first I'm like, I want to see more of the classic aliens, but looking back, I kind of like the little variety you get here and there.
Yeah.
And I think in the future we're gonna get an all-out alien movie. It's gonna be like just a straight massacre, 2,000 aliens.
Yeah.
Like, it's gonna go down at some point.
One thing a lot of Prometheus fans were wondering is if we were going to see that deacon in this movie that was at the end of Prometheus that came out of the engineer.
Right, that's right.
And we didn't.
So did anybody's death stick out to you? Do you have a favorite death in this movie?
I don't know if I could pick out a favorite death, but I did like seeing some new things that we haven't seen before in alien movies, like the neomorphs coming out of somebody's mouth or throat or whatever that was.
Yeah.
And somebody's back.
Yeah.
Like, that was some crazy shit to see. Like,
yeah, they let us see some gore. You know, anytime people get naked in a horror movie, it's over for that. Game over. So, any last words?
I don't have much more to say about it, but I liked it.
Yeah, I liked it too. It was fun. Go check it out if you haven't seen it. If you have seen it, let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. Zach, thanks for coming back.
Yeah, thanks for having me back.
Anytime. This is AnTalk, the weekly comic conversation. Thanks for watching. Take care. Hey guys, did you like this video? If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of my videos, click right here on this icon to become a subscriber. And if you are a subscriber, don't forget to ring that bell so you can stay updated with all my videos. And if you want to see another video just like this one, click right here. And as always, thanks for watching AnTalk, the weekly comic conversation.